Hello everyone, welcome back to Jazz Arranging Class. Today we're going to examine a concept you may or may not have heard of before. It's called rhythmic curves. This is a powerful tool for constructing musical phrases, everything from writing good melodies to section writing to lead lines for shout sections in a big band. So what exactly is a rhythmic curve? I first learned of this concept in Russ Garcia's book, The Professional Arranger-Composer. I picked up this book in high school and still have that original copy. In its most basic terms, this method essentially separates rhythm from everything else when first crafting a musical line. Here's how it works. You begin by focusing only on rhythm. No melody, no pitches, just rhythm. You're shaping how the rhythm moves across time, across measures, with phrasing that is uniform and balanced. This rhythmic shape or curve can rise and fall. It can build energy and release it, much like a melody does, but instead of using pitch, it just uses time and movement. Once you've shaped your rhythmic curve, you begin working on the melodic contour for that rhythm. After that, you assign specific pitches. Think of it like building a house. Rhythm is the foundation, the melodic contour is the framing, and the pitches are the details and decoration. I found this method especially helpful when composing full ensemble shout sections for big band. It allows me to focus entirely on the energy and flow of the passage without getting bogged down by complex voicings and harmony too early in the arranging process. When you begin to work with rhythmic curves, just clear your mind of everything except rhythm. Always try to think in phrases, mostly 2 or 4 bar units. Here's an example of a rhythmic curve. First, try to hear the rhythm in your head without thinking or hearing any pitches. When you do, there's a good chance you will know what this tune is and who wrote it. Notice how the rhythmic structure varies slightly and consists of 2 and 4 bar phrases. Once you've laid out the rhythm, sketch the contour. How do you imagine the line moving? Up? Down? Any chromaticism or large leaps within a certain range, say an octave? Here's an example of that same rhythmic curve, but now it has a distinct shape to the line. With some time and effort, you could manipulate melodic shapes all day long on the original rhythm and literally come up with dozens of new melodic examples. Once you've decided on a specific shape you desire for your melody, it's time to find pitches that match the contour you mapped out, as well as the logical chord progression that fits those pitches. Now let's look and listen to the final result. When hearing the first rhythmic example in your head, did you guess it was Warm Breeze by Sammy Nestico? Here are all 3 versions side by side. Take a listen. Rhythmic curves also come in handy for writing contrapuntal lines. Counterpoint occurs when 2 or more lines are written to complement and play off of each other. When one line moves, the other typically will stay static to avoid sounding cluttered. Here's an example of a contrapuntal rhythmic curve. In this case, I composed a rhythmic curve of a 2-bar phrase followed by another 2-bar phrase that varies rhythmically from the first. The next step in composing this musical passage would be to apply contour to each line. Perhaps the first line can move upwards while the second line moves downwards, or vice versa. Once you are satisfied with the contour of each musical line, then it's time to add pitches to each one. As you become accustomed to working with rhythmic curves, then contours, then pitches, you will find the arranging and composing process to become faster and ultimately much more enjoyable. Now let's apply this to another real example, just as we did with the melody to Warm Breeze, but now for a shout section from an up-tempo big band chart. Let's take it step by step. Here is the basic rhythmic curve of this passage. As you can see, the entire section is 16 bars broken into 4 4-bar phrases. Each phrase shares a similar rhythmic identity but with variation in the last 4-bar phrase. Now I have added the melodic contour of this big band passage. Remember that the main melody will fall in the lead trumpet spot, with the entire band voiced below that lead melody. This one may not be as easy to recognize as the melody to Warm Breeze, but some of you still may guess the band and chart this passage was taken from. Let's listen to the actual recording while you follow the rhythmic curve and contour. That example of a rhythmic curve for a big band shout section was written by Don Menza in his terrific chart called Time Check, recorded by the Buddy Rich Big Band on the album The Roar of '74. The concept of rhythmic curves for melody writing, contrapuntal writing, and full ensemble big band writing is just another tool in the arranging process that can really help you throw off former habits and limitations. It can also help free you from the writer's block that can bring an arrangement to a standstill. Let me know in the comments if you've ever used this arranging technique, and if not, if you'll try it at some point in the future. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.